I was able to catch up with Dan Hurley after the game in the back. Our cameraman was Jeff Goodman. Don't judge us if the shot isn't great, but we were able to catch up with Dan. Let's cut to that interview now. Welcome. Now let me welcome onto the Field of 68 After Dark, UConn head coach Dan Hurley. Just made it to the Final Four. UConn's officially back, right?
Yeah, it's coming is now done. We're back. I think we're back.
So just when you guys were going through that bad spell in January, right? Did you still believe that this group could get to this point, that they could get to this level again?
I mean, a level of the performance that we've played at through these 4 games in terms of, the way that we've dominated these opponents. I knew we could advance. I knew we could definitely make a run. The Big East just in general gets underrated in terms of the quality, especially the top 4 or 5 of that league was a monster this year. And I just knew that, once we got to the NCAA tournament, the games get officiated a little bit tighter and there's a little bit more freedom of movement. It's less of a UFC fight and more of a basketball game. So did I think we would dominate this level of quality opponent? Probably not, or definitely not, but I knew we could be where we are right now.
Adama Sanogo, been one of the best players in this tournament to date. The passing today, 5 assists. Are you going to take credit for that?
No, I'm going to give that to Luke. I got Luke and Kamani have done an unbelievable job with the guards and the bigs. Those are 2 guys whose phones should be ringing off the hook for head coaching opportunities. They're 2 of the best in the country, and Luke's done a great job with Adama, just getting him to buy in, helping him kind of develop the fundamentals and the vision to be able to deliver it. And then we did a bad job, I think, of deploying, Andre during that one stretch of season in terms of, where could we put him when people are guarding them the way that they were, and so I think it's a combination of Adama's skills developing and us being smart enough to put Andre in the right spots finally.
Yeah, unlocking Andre to me is the key to this team hitting their ceiling, right? What's different? You're putting them in short corners. You're using them as a roller. Is it just about making sure that defender is engaged?
Yeah, there's places that you could cut him from. We went to school on some NBA things in terms of what they do with guys who aren't that get played soft, and so as a cutter. He's got a free run to the offensive glass if they're going to play him like that. He could get into pass follows with our guards that can really shoot. Now people are forced to go over screens with him, and now he's rolling and he could attack the rim. And then we also just pleaded with him to play that maniacal defense and don't get rattled by it. Get on the defensive glass and push that ball in transition, because there's no one more exciting to watch in college basketball in the break than Andre Jackson.
You're in the Final Four. Does it feel as good as you thought it would feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, you know me. I think as soon as I walked in, I think Kamani said, so it's Texas or Miami, right? And then I asked him to put some, download some of both teams so we could watch them on the plane tonight. So that's just the way that, that's how we were all wired, man. It's like, but I think we'll enjoy it tonight on the plane. We'll have a good time on the flight.
What are you celebrating with?
I'm a tequila. I'm a tequila drinker.
Well, listen, I hope you have quite a few tequilas. I had too many last night. Field 68 After Dark.
I will not have them on the plane in front of the student athletes, though.
Smart answer. Dan Hurley will be celebrating with some tequilas at some point. Tio and I are going to go celebrate with a couple slices of pizza somewhere.
Pizza, please.
Before we do, today's episode is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play college basketball pick'em, where you can get a little extra sweat during March Madness and win real cash prizes simply by picking player stats in this weekend's games. In pick'em, all you do is predict whether a player will go higher or lower on Underdog's projected totals, whether that's points, rebounds, whatever. For example, if you're like me and you think Zach Edey is going to go nuts in this tournament, pick higher on his points projection, add up to 4 more picks, and if you hit them all, you can win 20 times your money on a single game. Underdog's slick mobile app is easy enough that dummies like Jeff Goodman have even figured it out. So go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app and use the code FIELD, F-I-E-L-D, and Underdog will match your deposit up to $100. Now is the time to get in on the madness. So remember, Underdog Fantasy, UConn.com, promo code FIELD.